If you'd asked me 3 months ago how hard it is to build an online store, I would have probably said something like, get some hosting, install WordPress, add a few products and start selling. I couldn't have been more wrong. Over the last 3 months, I've made thousands of decisions. I've redesigned the website more times than I can count. I've broken things that were working perfectly. I've spent nights trying to fix problems I didn't even know existed. And somewhere along the way, I realized I wasn't just building a website anymore. I was actually building a business made up of thousands of tiny decisions that nobody ever talks about. Choosing hosting, building systems, managing products, learning automations, fixing mistakes, and starting over again and again. If I'd known what I was getting myself into, I probably would have thought twice about starting. But now that I'm here, I'm documenting everything. The good decisions, the bad decisions, the wins, the mistakes. Because whether TechMogul becomes one of South Africa's largest independent tech stores, or crashes and burns while trying, you'll see every step of the journey. So let's rewind to a few months ago. This project started as we'll build a website, we'll get it live and we'll get it going type of thing. And it evolved into a connected web of data and decisions that we had to make before we can actually see if this thing would work or not. And it had one simple goal in mind. What if I could build the shop or store that I wanted to buy at, instead of building a store that I think people would want to buy at? And at first it sounded super easy because, you've got AI. AI gives you a step-by-step and it tells you this is what you need to do. You've got YouTube videos telling you what you need to do. And looking back, I quickly realized that was probably one of the stupidest things I could believe, that I can build an online shop in a couple of weeks and launch and be a major success off the bat. But before I could start, I had a lot to learn. And that's exactly what I did. I set my sights and my goal on learning absolutely everything I can within a short time period about the industry, about hosting companies, about builder platforms, learning everything, even down to the point how a customer psychology works with loading times on your website. So what influence the loading time of your website or online store can have on a potential customer. I researched every aspect of building the platform. I watched the videos of how to do it. I filled notebooks. I tested ideas. I asked questions to industry leaders, and thinking back, we found a lot of white spaces within the industry, and we found our niche. Well, I think we found our niche at least. But the idea around this is that I didn't just want to learn how to build a website. I wanted to understand the machine that makes this whole thing work. And the funny thing is that the more I learned and the more I researched, the more I realized how little I know about this thing. Every question I asked had multiple different answers, but every single question uncovered a new question or new set of questions. Hosting isn't just hosting. It affects the performance of your outcome and your online shop at the end of the day. I didn't know I had to know how many customers can be on my online shop at once without breaking it. And then we realized that performance affects your customer's experience. Your customer's experience affects your sales. And sales ultimately affects the growth of your business at the end of the day. Everything was connected. And that's when my thinking changed as well. I wasn't just learning about building a website anymore. I was learning about building a sustainable, future-proof business. And obviously nothing is future-proof in today's world, but we had a broad idea of how to build a business that is sustainable for one. It can work with one person behind a computer. which is a lot of work, but that was, our crosshairs were set on that. Building a company that I can start off solo and something that can scale with time. And somewhere along the line, I realized that there were too many moving parts in my idea and in my head. So I started writing everything down, like every decision, every lesson, every milestone, every mistake, everything. And eventually that became the checklist of this entire journey. And don't get me wrong, this isn't a launch checklist, and they're not necessarily built in order. I didn't want to spend 2 years building the perfect platform. So I split it up into a roadmap. So V1, V2, V3, V4, and everything in between. That's how we are going to launch. And every box in our checklist represents a piece of the business that needs to exist before the customer can purchase. So the idea is that we build in phases. We build phase 1, we launch it, we learn, we improve, and we repeat. And I'm also building TechMogul solo, like by myself, nobody to help me. And there's a simple reason for that. I can't afford staff yet. And I'm not saying that one should do everything by yourself forever. It's just that there are foundations that need to be in place before you can like bite the bullet and the expense of getting staff under your wing. And also, I don't want to build a business that needs 50 to 100 people to be sustainable. And when someone leaves the pack, your whole business is ruined. I want to build something that is sustainable off the bat. When we get staff, that they know they've got multiple roles in a business instead of just one person per decision or per department, like normal corporates. We don't want to be a corporate business at the end of the day. We want to be, in a retrospect, we want to be as far from corporate as possible. So we want to build a lean team assisted by AI agents or whatever it would come down to at the end of the day. We just want to build a system that works with a small team, and hopefully we can outperform bigger teams at the end of the day. Now, I just want to tell you something off the bat. This video series is not a tutorial. This is not me showing you how to build your business, and in no way, shape or form am I claiming that this is the best way to build something like this. But I'm showing you and documenting how I built mine. I'm showing you the good ideas, the bad ideas, I'm showing you the mistakes, I'm showing you like everything. I quickly realized that this isn't just about building a website anymore. It's everything that happens before anyone sees it. And I think the biggest lesson that I've learned over the last 3 months was believing at the start of this journey that it's all about your presence. It's all about your website. It's all about how you present yourself to the market. But that changed rather quickly. It gave me clarity on what I was building, whether it be a business. Like the website was like one small piece of the puzzle. Behind it are things you need to think about: your suppliers, your stock levels, your pricing in the market, how are you going to acquire a customer, and how are you going to build an experience for your customer that stands out above the rest of the market. Like we heavily researched like our potential competitions, online presence. And like everybody's got apps and everybody's got these massive websites. And it demotivated us in the beginning because we weren't sure whether that was necessary. And looking at some of these online tech shops, they've got tens of thousands of products. And we started with a catalog with 2,500 products. But now we're up to about 8,000 products, and we've got ideas to launch our own line of like cable management tools. We've got ideas to give our customers the best experience at the end of the day. And I've still got a lot of boxes to tick off on my checklist before I can even think about anything else. But the foundation's been set. We've got the hosting, we've got the ideas, we've got the design, which we'll get into in the next episode. And I just look forward to showing you guys what we're doing and how we do it. And if it works at the end of the day, maybe it's something that could give you an idea for a business like this. and also the challenges that go along with building something like this. This is fun to me. I know people that would have given up 2 months ago, or a month after they started researching. They would have realized, listen, this is not for me. But we love the challenge of what's going on, and we love the challenge of where this business is going. And we hope you enjoy it too. But that's it for this episode. I hope you got some insight. I look forward to improving on these videos. I look forward to just getting better at, obviously, making content. That's all part of this journey. Like using checklists and using the metrics, using the data to build everything in a way that it can be measured at the end of the day. And just improve on that. The step by step, we're improving every aspect of our lives, every aspect of our businesses, every aspect of this YouTube channel. And we hope that we can make a difference in someone's life. But yeah, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.